Let's be clear from the very beginning. Kindness by itself is not enough to survive in this world. If you think being good is enough to achieve success, you're living in a fantasy. And the worst part is, you already know this deep down, even though you refuse to accept it. How many times have you felt like others are walking all over you? How many times have you done the right thing, only to be ignored, disrespected, or even used? You were taught that honesty, nobility, and kindness are always rewarded, but the reality is very different. The world doesn't reward the good. It rewards those who know how to play their cards well. And this is where Machiavelli comes in. He understood something that most people ignore. Human nature is selfish, fickle, and cruel when necessary. In The Prince, he made it clear that virtue without cunning is weakness, that goodness without strategy is a trap. And now I ask you, how many times have you fallen into that trap? Think about those you admire, those who have achieved great things. Do you really think they got there only through good intentions? No. They got there because they understood when to move in the shadows, when to be silent, when to strike, and when to step back. They understood that morality is not an obstacle but a tool, something to use at the right time. Knowing when to show it and when to hide it is the difference between being a player and being a pawn. The problem is not that you're good. The problem is that you don't know how to protect yourself. You believe others are playing by the same rules as you, but they're not. The world is full of predators disguised as friends, opportunists who can spot naivete from miles away, and without realizing it, you've been the perfect target. This is why Machiavelli offers you an alternative: intelligent kindness. It's not about becoming a villain. It's not about betraying your principles. It's about understanding that kindness must be accompanied by strategy. It's about learning to read people, to foresee their intentions, to know when to trust and when to keep your guard up. Machiavelli said it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. And you, what have you chosen? Surely you've chosen to be loved, to be accepted, to be seen as harmless. But what have you gained from that? Not respect, not power. What you've gained is that others know they can use you without consequence. Because kindness without strength doesn't inspire admiration. It inspires pity. Don't get confused. I am not telling you to stop being good. I am telling you to learn how to be good without being naive. Understand that the world doesn't reward the just. It rewards the shrewd. True virtue is not submission. It's balance. It's the ability to combine ethics with pragmatism. Machiavelli taught that image is everything. It's not only about what you are. It's about what others perceive you to be. If you give the impression of being weak, they will treat you as weak. If you give the impression of being strong, they will treat you with respect. So ask yourself, how many times have you allowed others to disrespect you out of fear of losing their approval? How many times have you stayed silent to avoid conflict, only to realize that silence made you lose more than you gained? It's not about being cruel. It's about being strategic. The key is knowing when to act, when to speak, when to retreat, and when to attack. Kindness is an advantage when used correctly, but unchecked kindness becomes your worst enemy. The mistake of many good people is thinking the world values purity of heart. It doesn't. The world values power, security, and the ability to make tough decisions. Kindness is only respected when it is accompanied by authority. If you don't have power, your kindness is irrelevant. Machiavelli would tell you, do not be a lamb in a world of wolves. Do not let your morality turn you into a slave. True virtue is intelligence. True virtue is strength disguised as mercy. It's not about passively adapting. It's about shaping the environment to your favor. So think carefully. How much longer will you let the world walk over you? How much longer will you remain a victim of your own naivete? I'm not telling you to stop being good. I'm telling you to be good in a way that benefits you. Learn to move in the shadows when necessary. Know when to smile and when to show your teeth. Because the world isn't fair, but you can still play by its rules and remain true to yourself. Machiavelli didn't write The Prince to teach you how to be evil. He wrote it to teach you how to survive. And here comes a concept that few understand. the perception of power. It's not enough to be strong, you must appear strong. It's not enough to be intelligent, you must project intelligence. Because in this world, perception often matters more than reality. How many times have you seen an incompetent person rise higher than a talented one? How many times have you seen a manipulator promoted while a noble, hardworking person remains stuck? This is no accident. People don't follow the good. They follow the one who seems to be in control. They follow authority. They follow confidence. And this is where many fail. They believe truth is enough. That competence will speak for itself. But the world doesn't work that way. The world doesn't reward those who are right. It rewards those who can sell their version of the story. Machiavelli understood this perfectly. An insecure leader doesn't inspire confidence, even if they are the most prepared. A worker who doesn't know how to make themselves noticed will never be promoted, even if they are the best. A person who doesn't project value will never be desired, even if they have much to offer. The key is not just in being, it is in mastering the narrative about yourself. It's about learning to control your image to create the right impression in every situation. This is not deception, it's strategy. People don't perceive reality as it is. They perceive it through filters, assumptions, prejudices, emotions. And the question is, are you letting those filters work against you, or are you using them to your advantage? If you're good but seem weak, they will treat you as weak. If you're just but seem soft, they will trample on you. If you're talented but seem insecure, you will be ignored. The art of perception is what separates those who control their destiny from those who are controlled by others. Now let's go deeper into the control of information. Have you ever noticed that the most powerful always seem to know something others do? That they always have a hidden advantage? The reason is simple. They know when to speak and when to stay silent. Naive people believe absolute honesty is a virtue. They believe in always saying what they think, in sharing everything they know. But information is power, and if you give it away freely, you give away your advantage. Machiavelli said a prince must know how to hide his true intentions, not because he must lie, but because, in a world where everyone seeks advantage, the one who reveals too much becomes vulnerable. So learn to control what you share. Say only what is necessary, nothing more. Maintain a certain mystery. Make people wonder what you truly think. Because the moment you become predictable, the moment others can anticipate your every move, you lose your power. The greatest players in history understood this. From politics to business to art, they all used silence and mystery as tools of respect. Think about it. Those with real influence rarely reveal everything. They always keep something in the shadows. The problem with many people is that they confuse transparency with weakness. They feel that not revealing everything makes them dishonest. But it's not lying, it's protecting your strength. How many times have you spoken too much and regretted it? How many times have you trusted the wrong person, revealing something that came back to hurt you? How many times have you given explanations no one asked for, just to justify yourself? Power is not in speaking more. Power is in knowing when to speak and when to stay silent. Silence creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates curiosity, and curiosity creates respect. The one who speaks least often commands the most attention. And here comes another lesson, the art of unpredictability. Predictable people are easy to manipulate. If you always react the same way, others can control you. But if you are unpredictable, if no one can anticipate your next move, you become dangerous. And dangerous people are respected. A leader who can be read like an open book is weak. A leader who keeps mystery, who changes when necessary, who refuses to be labeled, that leader is untouchable. So ask yourself, do you want to remain an open book, or do you want to become a strategist? Someone who controls their image, their information, and their unpredictability. Because kindness without strategy is an invitation to be devoured. The world won't change its rules for you. You must learn to play by the rules that exist. But there's more. The art of strategic distance. Many believe that the key to power is to always be present, to always be available. But the truth is different. What is abundant is despised. What is scarce is valued. Excessive familiarity destroys respect. If you are always available, always giving, always present, you become disposable. Think, how many times have you given everything for someone only to be ignored when you needed them? It's no accident. It's human nature. Machiavelli said a prince should avoid becoming too accessible, not out of disdain, but because scarcity creates respect. Learn to regulate your presence. Manage the perception of your availability. Don't always respond immediately. Don't always be within reach. Make your absence felt. Because when you disappear at the right time, your presence gains weight. And now we arrive.